Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. You've just seen the We Are Driven intro. We Are Driven team still pushing Archie's journey, still pushing Bradley Dowry Foundation. Get yourselves over to Facebook, click all those like buttons, go get yourself signed up to We Are Driven, and then go and get over to www.justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's journey. Thank you very much. Drop a donation on there, please. Right, tonight, back with GTTCC. So, I missed last week due to dramas. Unfortunately, I've not managed to get round to recording last week's two races, but I will catch up with those over the weekend, so don't worry, they are coming, people. It's just been a bit hectic. So tonight, both races from Sardegna Circuit. We've got Sardegna C2 for race 1 and Sardegna B2 for race 2. So both circuits are reverse as well. Makes it a little bit tricky. Let's just have a look at some points before we get into this lobby. Wait, that's the wrong button. Come on. There we go. So, Hirokram's still leading then. He's pulled a little bit more of a gap from Boskov. So he's on 193 points. Boskov on 184. We've got Dylan in third then with 160. Toby with 150. For fourth position, we've got V-Show in fifth with 138. 138? Yeah, 133 on board for P1 Don in sixth. Mocking Weeks with 113 in seventh. Obi-Wan in eighth with 112. 92 points on board for LFC Fan in ninth. We've got Manny in 10th with 89 points. We've got Fat Pickles in 11th with 57 points. JPH in 12th with 55 points. Mental Nev in 13th with 40 points. Busy in 14th with... Oh, sorry, I've missed out Mental Nev. Is that right? JPH on 55 points. Mental Nev on 40 points in 13th. Dizzy 14th with 32 points. And GT Deli B just 30 points on the board for him. Infinity Decals now leading the Manufacturers Championship. Can they hold on to it to the end of the season? We'll see. Can Hirokram or Boskov take the championship? There's still plenty of points on board to play for before the season's out, so we'll see. We'll see. Right, t-shirt stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com on the old interwebs, or via this platform, or on the Facebook page. Entirely up to you. Right, let's have a look then. Still missing a few drivers in Fusion. Not sure what's happening here. Only 10 drivers to play with tonight. We've got Mocking Weeks, Hirokram, LFC Fan, P1 Don, Fat Pickles Bro, IGTSH Boskov, P1 Manny, GTP Toby, P1 Obi-Wan, and P1 Dylan out on track. So yeah, this being the Fusion League, it's expected to be the best of the best, but yes, Scowlbags, how you doing? Unfortunately, we're missing a few drivers. As you've seen, it's a full grid on the score sheet, but not everyone in the lobby. Let's get ourselves on track then. Let's find the usual stuff on for starters. About to say we're going for a lap with Mocking, but he's decided to chuck it in the pit. So we'll go on board for a lap with Fat Pickles instead. So down that start-finish straight into this tricky hairpin for turn 1. Running down the hill through the squiggles. You'll have seen this circuit if you've been watching the Chew It Racing minis for any length of time. They do like this circuit. Back up the hill then through the squiggles toward this almost 90-degree right. Down this bit of a straight into the right-left chicane into the final turn. Again, can be a bit tricky this one as well. If you're carrying a lot of speed through there and just get that chicane a little bit wrong, it can send you all over the place. Mr. Hepburn, evening brother, how are you? Back on that start-finish straight, so reasonably short laps here. What are we looking at? 57 seconds. Wow, they are quick laps. GTTCC, they are a little bit short, really, compared to other racetracks we've had. So Boskov then currently got himself on pole position with a 55.9. So one make race for race one as well, everyone driving the Renault Megane. And then race two, reverse grid and a free choice of car, so you'll have to keep your eye on that. There's a few Ferraris, a few, what have we got, McLarens, a couple of Lexus, Hyundai or two. Is it just one Lexus and a couple of Hyundais? And maybe something else, I can't remember. So Boskov then on that 55.9. Hirakram 0.3 of a second down, actually, a 56.2. In the championship at the minute. Dylan currently sitting in third in the championship, also sitting in third on the grid. 56.4 for him at the minute. P1 Don fourth, 56.4. P1 Manny has got a 56.5. P1 Mockin in sixth, a 56.6. GTP Toby in seventh on the grid at the minute, 56.6 as well. Fat Pickles we've just been on board with for 8th. He is 56.7 at the minute. Obi-Wan on a 56. Oh, LFC fan getting it wrong. Just saw him ploughing into the wall. 56.7 then for Obi-Wan. And there is LFC fan just getting back up to speed. 57.2. Currently sitting in last place on the grid. Are we going to see a repeat of the last few weeks with Dylan, Boskov and Hirakram all having a bit of a scrap? One or two other drivers usually involved early on. Always ends up being those particular three drivers. And then Dylan bins it. Hirakram unable to beat that time of Boskov's at the minute then. What have we got left on the clock? It's nearly 9 minutes into qualifying. Still a few minutes left and they're quite short laps, as you can see. Dylan trying to bin it in quali. Holding fourth, Manny holding fifth. Lap 2 seems to be the one. Fat Pickle's just going a bit quicker. He's moved himself up a couple of positions from 8th to 6th with that 56.6. Mockin Weeks gets pushed down to 7th then, 56.6 on for him. GTP Toby also moves down another position. 56.6 on board for him. Obi-Wan in 9th. 56.7 and LFC fan just going quicker there, 56.9. Driving for a particular team as well tonight, so Boskov driving for Team Michelin, Hirakram driving for Team Oliver Racing, Dylan driving for Infinity Decals, currently manufacturer's championship leader is is Infinity Decals. P1 Don driving for Infinity as well. Manny driving for Samsung. Fat Pickles, I forget you, Samsung as well. I believe you are. No, you're not. Quick Fit. Lying to you people. Mockin Weeks driving for Team Red Bull. Toby, who are you driving for? I forget your team. We Are Driven. Obi-Wan, I think, as well, is Team We Are Driven. Am I right with Toby? Yes, We Are Driven. Smashed down the side, and I think P1 Obi-Wan. Oh, Digital Car Culture, apologies. An LFC fan. Michelin as well. Michelin. You are you? Right colours for Michelin. There you go, Michelin. So, still nobody able to unseat Boskov at the minute. Hirakram still 0.3 of a second back. Still got a couple of minutes left out on track. So, it is still possible. Dylan still holding third, Don fourth. Obi-Wan going quicker though, he's up into fifth, 56.4, so from ninth to fifth for him. Manny sixth, Fat Pickles seventh. So he's just put in a faster lap, that 56.6. Mocking Weeks in eighth. GTP Toby ninth and LFC Fan in 10th. It's going quicker again there, 56.891, but unfortunately still 10th. Boskov liking this circuit here tonight. Be interesting to see how he gets on around the second variant of this one. Which I believe is the full circuit, isn't it? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Big shout out to Mark Ilf as well, new subscriber the other day. Cheers, mate. Now sitting at 602 subs, people. Whoop, whoop. Only 398 more, and then I can harass YouTube into giving me 5 pence a year. Whoa, Toby a little bit wide through there. Hirakram out on the racing super softs now. Burn a little bit of fuel off, but is it going to be enough to take out Boskov? He has just gone a little bit quicker there, 56.242. He's got a little bit of a toe off Toby as well down this start-finish straight. That might benefit him on this next lap. We'll see. Crosses the line then. Into turn one. Can he get past Toby cleanly? Oh, not so much. He's going to have to run around the outside as well. That's going to slow him down a little bit. See what his time says when he goes through this marker up the hill. Oh yeah, back quarter of a second down unfortunately, so yeah, just getting caught up with Toby a tiny bit. Down for the count, evening brother. There's that tricky final little sector coming in there with a lot of pace. So last chance saloon for Hirakram. 20 seconds on the clock, pretty much as he crosses the line. Last ditch effort then to try and put the that car on pole. Boskov is still out on track though. So we're going to be over. Oh, he's picked up a great... Where did you pick that up? That's it then. He does cross the line and provisionally sticks it on pole. We'll just have to wait for everyone else to come through. Oh, that's it. Hirakram's chucked it in the bin. Hirakram's chucked it in the bin and into the wall. Picked up a little bit of damage, so he's going to end up provisional second, depending on what anyone else can do. Don's got himself into third as well, 56.3 right at the end of qualifying. Manny has got himself into fourth as well, 56.3. Pushes Dylan down, he's on a 56. I lie, he's just moved himself back up into third, 56.2 on board for Dylan. So Don and Manny move back down. Obi-Wan 6, 56.4. Fat Pickles comes across the line then for 7th, 56.9. Walking Weeks then. Oh, that's in there. So he's in 8th position. No time I can't see there. GTP Toby in 9th and LFC Fan in 10th. Here we go. No messing about. Straight into race one. Tricky little Sardegna Circuit. Right, what view are you going to give me, PlayStation? Give me a decent one, damn it. Boskov then managing to hold on to that pole position. That's what I want. Let me start from the back. See if everyone gets away well. Wait for these lights to drop. And they're away. Nobody really getting a poor start. Everybody in Fusion getting away well then. Headed down towards this tricky turn. It could go all wrong here. Hopefully everybody gives it enough room. Toby running, mocking out a little bit wide. Whoa, we've got drivers on the grass. That is Manny, I think, just dipping a wheel on the grass, sends his car veering across the track. It was Manny. Oh, this is the problem with this circuit. It's a little bit tight when you're all together early on. So, already coming around to finish lap 1 here. Boskov leading the way from Hirakram, Don in third, Dylan 4th, Obi-Wan in 5th, Manny 6th after his little bit of, Fat Pickles also dipping a wheel on the sand. He chucks the back end of his car sideways, picks up a penalty as well. He's got Mocking Weeks and LFC fan looking for that position and riding that slipstream as well. Is Fat Pickles going to lose his penalty there? Mocking Weeks chucks one up the inside, but Fat Pickles tries to run it around the outside. He does as well. Keeps hold of his penalty. LFC fan still tucked onto the back end of the pack at the minute. So Boskov, Hirakram, Don and Dylan pulled a bit of a gap from P1 Obi-Wan at the minute. Oh, wheel on the grass there from Boskov. He's had to go defensive. Hirakram is looking for the move. Side by side through here. Boskov's got the inside line into the final turn. Hirakram's going to try and run it side by side. Boskov forces him a little bit wide, but he does keep it on circuit. They're a little bit slow out of there, so we've got all sorts of drivers piling all over them. Don looking for a way through. Dylan's going to get a good tow through here as well. Get on board with Dylan. Currently sat at the back of this pack. Oh, Don's run it a little bit deep through there. Hirakram's picked up a great big chunk of penalty. Don's decided to go off-roading. Boskov still leads. Hirakram third now. Don got himself through into second. Literally bolted together, these four. There's P1 Obi-Wan looking to close up. He will be getting a good tow off this great big pile of cars, smashing the air open in front of him. Ourselves on a bit of indoor view. Hirakram then still trying to lose a bit of that penalty. Still bolted together. Obi-Wan has closed that gap up. Toby not that far back either. How do they get on into this turn 1 this time? 3 minutes in, just starting lap 4. Boskov still leads. Don going defensive. Hirakram still holding third. He's got to be careful, no overtaking with a penalty, so if he does get the option to go past Don, he can't take it. I suppose he can and then give the position back, but he would still get penalised by the race officials, I think. So he's got to lose that penalty and stay in this fight. P1 Obi-Wan, but he's just got that turn a little bit wrong. He's clattered into the side of Toby. Luckily nobody else has been taken out in that incident. That's a bit of a shame for P1 Obi. Hirakram trying to lose his penalty through there. Dylan thought about going through the ghost, but it could have ended up in absolute terribleness for the pair of them. Toby now looking to close up on these four in front. 1.7 seconds the gap. Manny holding 6. He's under pressure from Mocking though. Mocking in 7th. LFC fan up to 8th. Fat Pickles has ended up in 9th. Obi-Wan then, after getting it back on track, now 1.1 seconds down in 10th. Top 4 then, still bumper to bumper. Toby still looking to close up on these four. Dylan there. Was that Dylan just trying to have a little nose of the inside of Hirakram? There he is, but unfortunately Hirakram's getting a tow from these two drivers in front. He runs himself a little bit deep there. Does that give Dylan a chance to slot one down the inside? No, it doesn't. Hugging these turns, not giving anybody the opportunity to get through here. Lost his penalty as well now as Hirakram. Got to be so careful next to those walls. Tiny little clip, and that's it. You're getting pinballed through that section. Again there, that's where Obi-Wan's just got it wrong. Dipped a wheel on the sand and it took the back end of his car round. Bit of lifting and coasting for Hirakram. Doesn't want to plough into the back of P1 Don into this final turn. Still bumper to bumper the top four. Absolutely nothing in it. Boskov has pulled a tiny bit of a gap, but nothing to write home about at the minute. He's still getting that closed down in this first turn. Oh, but there is Dylan making a slip up the inside of Hirakram. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. Hirakram just getting the advantage for that next bit of the turn. Manages to keep his car in front of fourth place. Toby then fifth. Still chasing them down. Lost a bit more time to those four. He's got nobody to give him a tow at the minute. He's still got Manny and Mockin in 6th and 7th. Slowly closing. Oh, Manny sticking a wheel. Exactly. Oh, there's Fat Pickles doing exactly what Obi-Wan's just done. There is Fat Pickles just trying to put that thing straight. Yeah, Obi-Wan's just done exactly the same thing. Saw Manny just dip a wheel on the grass, but he managed to keep it straight. Unfortunately for Fat Pickles, he's now way off the back of the main pack. All kicking off here then. Hirakram coming back, looking for the second position, back off Don. Oh, maybe Don a little bit on the... Oh, there's contact between himself and Dylan as well. Maybe a little bit pushy from Hirakram there. Did cause Don to lose a position. Can Don close the gap back up? 1.5 seconds between himself and Dylan now. He's got Toby just 1.1 back himself, so Toby might be able to get himself a bit of a tow off of Don here. And these two might end up working together to close the gap back up on the top three. We'll see. Plenty of time left in this race. There is Mockin and Manny. Mockin actually getting the move done on Manny when he lost the rear end of his car through that sweeping right-hander. Hanging on to the back of Mockin at the minute though. LFC Fan into 8th, Obi-Wan 9th, and poor old Fat Pickles bro 9.2 seconds down at the minute. A lot of work for him to do to close up. Again, plenty of time left in this one. So Boskov has pulled a tiny bit of time from these boys. Not enough to sort of write home about. It's only 0.7 of a second. Dylan getting himself back past Hirakram. Do they work together? Yes, they do. Hirakram pushing Dylan down the track then. Looking to close that gap back up on Boskov. Don't want him to escape. They want to stick within that slipstream range. Don then now 2 seconds back. Still got Toby just under a second back. In 6th, 2.2 seconds back. He's got Manny for company just half a second back. LFC Fan in 8th, 1.1 seconds back. He's got P1 Obi-Wan who's closed up on him pretty quickly. And Fat Pickles, all the work to do tonight. Boskov then pulls another 10th. together again here. Not closing up enough though. They've lost another tenth to Boskov in front. A couple more tenths. They won't be getting a tow from him at all. Board with Boskov, then looking back at Dylan and Hirakram, trying to chase him down. Uses all of that circuit, gains another tenth through there, 1.1 seconds the gap at. Hirakram having a go back at Dylan down here. Side by side, this is not going to benefit either of them. Gap staying at 1.1. There is the Hirakram Dylan battle. A little bit of a misshift there by Boskov, has brought that gap down by a tenth again. Keep an eye on that time. Hirakram and Dylan then looking to chase down Boskov. So they do bring the time back to below a second. Twitchy out of there for Boskov as well. So very slowly closing back up on that first place driver. Very, very slowly. Again, still working together these two. Don then 2.4 seconds back. Toby's not managed to make any kind of dent into that time. Still a second back at the minute. Just a little bit more. Manny and Mockin side by side, so Manny looking for the jump on Mockin down the start finish straight, but Mockin gets the run on him out of turn one. Keeps the position running back up the hill. Manny in a good position though. Could see this position change. These two should be working together really as well. Toby's just up the road and they have got LFC fan closing up on them as well, 1.5 seconds back. Obi, stay out of the grass, stay out of the dirt, you were doing alright, 5.2 seconds back now. And Fat Pickles, yeah, so Fat Pickles picked up a bit of a penalty, but losing it and gaining time on Obi-Wan. 7.2 seconds down, there was a 10-second gap between himself and the next man. Starting to come down a little bit more then between Boskov and Hirakram, down to 0.6, 0.5. And again, it's ended up being the same three drivers as previous weeks. Oh, Boskov sticks a wheel on the sand, has to do some correcting there to not spin it out. Has lost him a little bit more time to these two chasing drivers. What have we got tyre-wise? Racing softs. Oh, again, Hirakram doing the same thing. Racing softs on board for Boskov. Racing softs on board for Hirakram. There you go, picking himself up a penalty. Softs on board for Dylan. Don on the softs. He has now got Toby all over the back end of him. He's also on softs. Manny's on softs. He's got himself back past Mockin. Mockin on the softs as well. LFC fan on the softs, trying to lose his penalty. Obi-Wan on gone for the super softs actually. They're not looking too bad at this point in the race. And Fat Pickles Bro has gone for the softs. Right, all kicking off back here then. Boskov, Hirakram and Dylan all closed back up. Hirakram's got a tiny bit of a penalty to try and drop before he has another go at Boskov here. Reg GT, evening brother. Now, are we going to see Hirakram make a move? Are we going to see Hirakram and Boskov work together? No, don't think so. Still a tiny bit of penalty for Hirakram to lose. Again, can't overtake with that penalty. He will get penalised post-race. Well, if somebody reports it. Hirakram then closing up. Boskov keeping his car in the middle of the track, taking that defensive line, making it as difficult as possible. Again, just kicks up a bit of sand there. Allows the rear end of that Renault to just loosen up a little bit. Almost lost that penalty now then, Hirakram. Still bumper to bumper, these three. Got Dylan and Don and Toby just in the background as well. They're still neck and neck. Toby might be able to go for a move here. Don is keeping his car in the middle of the track. Going to see Toby go for it. No, he backs off early, allows Don to keep it. Marking Weeks back in front of... Oh, what has happened to Manny? What have you done, Manny? You got it wrong somewhere. That's allowed Obi-Wan and LSC fan past you down into 9th then. Fat Pickles Bros still 10th, 8.5 seconds back. There it is, Hirakram's penalty completely gone. Now he is fully able to go for the overtake if he's in a position to. So getting worried, trying to drop the toe of Hirakram behind. Goes defensive again, Boskov. Does it give Dylan a little look down the inside? Hirakram having to run a bit wide through there. Didn't quite leave enough space for Dylan to have a go, but Hirakram is causing Boskov all sorts of issues at the minute. Let's get ourselves on board with Dylan. Oh, Dylan's pushing Hirakram around this circuit as well. Boskov's slowing these two up. Literally strapped together, these three. So over the halfway point, Boskov goes defensive again. Oh, Hirakram's gone a bit too deep there. Dylan again not quite ready for it. Maybe just allowing Hirakram to take the fight to Boskov. Keep himself in the picture in the background. Hope one of these two goes spinning off track, or both of them. This will be where it happens, if anywhere. Again, Boskov kicking up the dust there. He does like to run two wheels on the sand on the exit. He's got to be careful it doesn't catch him out. Carbon copy then. Already Boskov going defensive. Hirakram now looking around the outside again. He's going to hold Boskov on that inside line as well. Oh, Boskov's a little bit pushy on the way out. Hirakram might be able to carry the speed, not quite. Boskov just chops his nose off, slowed Hirakram down. Dylan then thought about having a go. He's backed off, he's allowed Hirakram to keep it. Hirakram will have the bit between his teeth now though. Been squeezed out by Boskov a couple of times. He's got to get this final turn just spot on to get the run on Boskov down the start-finish straight. Again, Boskov's just holding the inside line when he comes through here. And still, this is where Hirakram should be on Boskov, but unfortunately Dylan on Hirakram instead. He's not having to go defensive this time. He does now. Hirakram looking for a slightly different option through there, trying to squeeze himself up the inside on the exit. Still piling that pressure on Boskov. Is he looking for a tighter line on the way out through this turn? Again, it's not worked for him. Oh, there's a wheel on the sand for Hirakram. He's done well to control that. But Dylan's going to carry the speed through. Hirakram has He's not going to fight that position. Again, if he does, they're just going to lose Boskov. Now it's up to Dylan. Oh, look at that from Hirakram. As he comes around the corner, they're already bump drafting. Great bit of driving from Hirakram. Good from Dylan to actually notice it as well. He's looking to close back up on that first place man. Hirakram back up into second then. He gets back on the chase with Boskov. Dylan happy for that to happen at the minute. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Can either of these boys get Boskov? Toby then, he's got himself past Don. Don's not let him out of his sight yet though. Still plenty of laps left to try and get that position back. If he sticks with Toby, he'll just swap positions with him down the start-finish straight. Oh, Toby dipping away in on the sand. So Don does get through then. Tiny little mistake from Toby. Seen a few drivers do that tonight here at Sardegna. C? B? C this one? I don't know. Whichever variant it is, but Toby's still in a good position to get the job done back down the start finish straight here. Well, maybe a little bit too far back, 0.4 of a second. We'll close that gap back up. Mocking week 6 then. Unfortunately 7 seconds down from 5th place Toby. LFC found 1.6 seconds behind Mocking. Obi-Wan 8th, another 1.9 seconds back. Manny just behind him. Oh, that was wrong. 2.5 seconds back, sorry, for Obi-Wan. It's 1.9 back for Manny in 9th. Fat Pickles, been in the pits, got himself a fresh set of tyres, and why not? 33.7 seconds down. There are the top 3 just closing up on him here. Boskov has made another little bit of a break. Just 3/4 of a second over Hirakram and Dylan. Gap at 0.6 then. All 3 drivers hugging that curve on the inside of that hairpin. Again, slowly closing up on Boskov. Led from start to finish is Boskov. Fastest lap on pole as well, taking pole position. Bit of wear showing on his softs, the same on Hirakram's, very similar on Dylan's. Seven minutes remaining then, top 3 as they were. Hirakram tries to do a bit of a fake on Boskov. Has it worked? Not quite enough room for Hirakram to slot one up the inside. Brings himself right back in touch with the first place man though. Again, sweeps out to the outside of the track, just looking for a different run through here, trying to get his nose up the inside through that turn, I think. Oh, there it is, there it is. Gets himself up the inside of Boskov here, carries a good bit of speed through. Got himself up the inside. Boskov's going to try and run it side by side through the second part of the chicane. Oh, tricky. Did well to keep that on track. Dylan unable to get through there. But these 3 still bumper to bumper. But Hirakram now leading. Fakes a pit stop. Dylan, again, not quite able to get one up the inside of Boskov. He's now looking to run around the outside of this hairpin or get the different line on the way out. Again, not quite worked for Dylan. Is he going to look for the same move? Again, not quite. Hirakram then pulls across the track as Boskov kicks up the dust again, brings Dylan right back into this fight. Absolutely nothing in it between these three. There hasn't been for pretty much the whole race. Dylan going for a different line this time. It's going to be 3 wide. Can Dylan get the move done here? Boskov just carries the speed through. Dylan's exit just compromised a little bit just as he hit the apex trying to get through there. Some real close racing up here in Fusion. Oh, Boskov's on the grass this time though. Dylan is up the inside, so maybe the pressure is getting to Boskov now. Through into second for Dylan. Hirakram, Dylan, and then Boskov now. 4.4 minutes remaining. 4.4. 4 minutes 40. Can Hirakram hold on to it? Can Dylan hold on to it? What can Boskov do with these last remaining laps? Hirakram's gone wide. Dylan looks to go up the inside. Boskov thinks about having a go. Nearly 3 wide on the exit. Hirakram holds it. Everybody else then. Don in 4th, 5.1 seconds back. Still got Toby for company right behind him. Those two have been swapping positions a couple of times this race. Interesting to see who ends up out on top between those two. 4th and 5th, Mocking Week 6th, 8.7 seconds back. Unfortunately, Obi-Wan another 2.2 seconds back in 7th. Manny in 8th, 4.2 seconds back. LFC fan in 9th. Oh, drifting through that right-hander. Just 1.6 seconds from Manny. And then Fat Pickles, who has been in the pits. Managed to keep himself in front of top 3. Here they are, as they were. Hirakram, Dylan, Boskov. Dylan now looking for a different line through here to get the same move kind of done. Oh, Hirakram. They're brave through that turn. They've all dipped a wheel on the sand there and just allowed the back end of this Renault to get a little bit loose. Still nothing in it. Fat Pickles bro still managed to keep himself in front. 3 more laps, Fat Pickles, you can do it. So Dylan again going for the slingshot around the outside. Boskov looking for a way through. Still Hirakram, Dylan, Boskov. Dylan there trying to get the tighter line just through the S's on the way up the hill, just to try and get his nose up the inside for this turn, to make it more difficult for Hirakram. What have you got, Boskov? What have you got? Trying to get the run on Dylan on the way out of that turn. It's not worked. All closing up then. Again, Dylan switches to the outside. Boskov follows Hirakram through this time. Dylan's got to be careful he doesn't lose this position here. He's been nudged a tiny bit wide. In second. Yeah, I think he's going to hold this one up the hill. And does do. Back into second then, right on the back end of Hirakram as well. Someone's going to chuck it away there, I'm sure of it. So coming round this final turn. Just about to start the final lap. Hirakram leading from Dylan, from Boskov. Now, who's got what here? This is last chance saloon for all these three to cement positions. Dylan then slots one up the inside of... Ooh. tries to go up the inside of Hirakram. Doesn't quite work out. Boskov sees the opportunity and has a go himself, but again it doesn't work out. A couple of corners remaining. Hirakram, Dylan, Boskov. Boskov has led pretty much most of this race. Unfortunately, he's just been nudged out by Hirakram and Dylan. He's trying to run around the outside of Dylan. Oh, a little bit of contact. Not quite enough room given by Dylan. It's going to be Hirakram who takes it. Going to be Dylan second and Boskov third. Look at that, 0.3 of a second in it after a half an hour race. Amazing. Toby does take fourth then between Toby and Don. Don comes home fifth. Mocking Weeks is going to take sixth. Obi-Wan is going to take seventh. Manny is going to take 8th. LFC Fan is going to take 9th. And Fat Pickles Bro has already crossed the line. Absolutely bumper to bumper for 30 minutes, those three. Amazing. I'd have binned it already. So, a few minutes gap and then we jump into race 2. Reverse grid, different car as well. So they get a free choice for race 2. There's a good selection as well. We've got some Ferraris, some McLarens, a couple of Hyundais, a Lexus. I'm sure there's something else that's quite random as well. We'll see. I forget. I think it's mostly Ferraris and McLarens in this one. Lewis Miller, evening brother, how are you? Right, while we're in the break. Right, doing that. Right, I've got to disappear for a couple of seconds, people. Entertain yourselves, alright? Don't set fire to anything. Come on then, why can I smell burning? Hey, you set fire to what? Oh, there you go, Michael. I knew it. I knew it. I knew somebody was burning something. That's what I was missing. Something to burn. So, just being chucked up in the chat there by Mr. Mockin. Race start at 10 o'clock. Don't make me call the fire brigade, Michael. You should be all calm anyway. It's not Mr. Rage anymore, is it? Huh? She'll be all nice and calm. What we're going to talk about then, people? What we're going to talk about? We've got 9 minutes of waffle to go. Huh? Come on. Let's talk about something. And not the fact that Michael Hepburn set fire to the chat. Can't come at me with the old angel face, mate. Not after that. What have we got car-wise? Oh, just some 650s. Oh yeah, it's a GT86 or 2 if all the drivers are in here. Forgot about that one. Was it GR86? Whatever it's called. You know what I mean. The Toyota. Which actually is not a bad little GR4 car when I was seeing it ripping around here. Crease, evening brother. Yeah, he's not done too bad. He led race 1 pretty much from start to finish. Well, I'll say from start to finish till about 3/4 of the way through. And then Hirakram and Dylan just managed to squidge themselves through, and yeah, nothing Boskov could do about it. I mean, they were just 0.3 of a second in it when they crossed the line after half an hour, so you know, some damn good racing to be that close after that long. And they were bumper to bumper for pretty much all of it, so even with penalties and stuff like that, they managed to drop penalties and not, you know, great. Sing your praises, Mr. Lewis Miller. I've seen some of the stuff you wear, mate. You getting fashion tips from Lewis? Huh? Half decent DJs, just a shame you play that housey crap and not something a bit more heavier. Some drum and bass and that, bruv. That's what you should do at one of them house parties one night. Just drop some heavy D&B and see what all those oddly dressed people that you hang about with react. Make sure you film it. I want to see that. Could be a viral video, that could. Yeah, middle of a house club, everyone will be in wavy and soft with their pastel colours and dropping with some heavyweight hardness. Same with Baggy Snails as well, always playing that clappy house crap. Yes, it is the tricky little B circuit. Let's get ourselves on and go for a little bit of a lap round. Let's find somebody just about to come down this start-finish straight. Don, you've got to change your car, Don. Someone tell him. Someone tell him to stop messing about. I'm right though, ain't I? Pastel colours and flipping air bands and flowers and stuff, innit, your lot? Am I going to have to tell Don? Hey, there you go, look. What am I doing? I was going for a lap round here. I've lost everyone. Come on, find me a driver. You'll do, Mr. Obi-Wan. That sounded really condescending, apologies. So, same start finish straight. But, slight change. It used to turn off just there. It now continues through this left-hand kink right into this tricky little right-hander. There you go, Obi-Wan just struggling to get through there. Through this next almost 90 right here. Carry a fair bit of speed through that one. It's not the full circuit I was expecting. So through the next right, again, just got to be careful of all these sand traps. Through the left-hand 90. Through the couple of kinks back up the hill. Hairpin incoming. Again, can be a bit tricky carrying a fair bit of speed up the hill, slamming the brakes on, just learning your braking point into that one. And this is where we rejoin the track we were just on. Through this right-hander then, and we head down towards the S's. Back onto this start-finish straight. Thank you, Obi, for not chucking it in the sand or in the pits. There you go, 126, but he's had a 103. He's got a 58.0 on there as well. Not sure how he's managed that at this circuit. LFC fan then in the GR86 Toyota. I think, is it Fat Pickles? No, you're in the Hyundai, I think, aren't you? Oh no, McLaren. Who's in the Hyundai for Hirakram? Who else is? I'm sure there was two Hyundais. No, it's Toby in the Toyota. Oh, everyone else in a Ferrari or a McLaren. Oh, Boskov getting it all wrong. Don has changed car now, good. So everybody with the same team still. Yeah, the different car choice for race 2. Toyota sounding good. Not as good as the Ferrari though, damn. Here we go then, race 2 just about to get underway. Another 30 minutes around the Sardegna B2 circuit. Did I get that right? Or was this C2? I don't know. What is it? B2, I was right. So, Fat Pickles on pole position. LFC fans second. Manny in third. Obi-Wan fourth. Mocking Weeks 5th, P1 Don in 6th, Toby 7th, Boskov in 8th, Dylan 9th and Hirakram in 10th. The lights are on. Wait for these to drop. And they're away. Does everyone get away? Yes, they do. Don already trying to make moves on Obi-Wan here. Ferrari getting a great start. Hirakram already up the inside of Boskov into turn 1. He's got the inside line into turn 2 though. Everybody through there. Almost 4 wide through that straight, just in between those two right-handers. Maniacs. Hirakram gets pushed back to the back of the pack though. So, Fat Pickles leads the way. Manny in second, Don third. Had a good start as Don. Mocking Weeks into 4th. LFC fan 5th. Trying to have a go at Mocking Weeks. Oh, that's Toby in the background. He's gone sideways. Hirokram 6th, Obi-Wan 7th, Boskov 8th, Dylan 9th, and Toby. I'm not sure. Toby stick a wheel on the grass or the sand. I don't know if there was any contact. Although Dylan is a fair way back. Oh, Obi, no. Did you get tangled up with Toby? Yeah, oh, what a shame. Gives the position back though. Fortunately, these two are now a fair way off the pack. Dylan also, I think, just had to take avoiding action through there. So Fat Pickles already pulling a bit of a gap, 1.2 seconds from Don. McLaren versus Ferrari versus Toyota here with LFC fan in third. He's got himself past Mocking Weeks, but Mocking trying to have a go back at him. Hirokram up into 5th from the back of the pack. Boskov's followed him through that entanglement as well into 6th. Manny in 7th, Dylan in 8th. Bit of work to do if he's going to close up on Boskov and Hirokram here. Toby 9th then, and Obi-Wan 10th. See if these two can close that gap back up. Mocking Weeks has made a little mistake somewhere. He has. So that's allowed Hirokram to come through to take 4th off him. He's now under pressure for 5th as well. From he's coming back for that 4th though. Gets it back as well. Nice driving, Mocking. Pushes Hirokram a little bit wide. Boskov unable to slot one up the inside here. And what has happened to Don? Don's dropped himself down to 3rd position. LFC fan then goes through to 2nd. .3 seconds back off of race leader. Oh, get off the grass, LFC fan. There is race leader Fat Pickles, 1.1 seconds up the road from LFC fan. Track combination working well here for LFC fan. He's closing up on Fat Pickles already. There's some super softs on board, but super softs on for Fat Pickles as well. Don trying to keep himself in this fight, just a second back. He's got Hirokram 1.1 seconds back. Boskov with him right there as well. So Mocking unfortunately losing another position down to 6th. Manny not that far back either in 7th. Dylan in 8th, 1.9 seconds back. Toby in 9th. There is Obi-Wan in 10th. Fortunately, these drivers near the back of the pack won't be getting a tow from the drivers in front, so the guys up front will slowly but surely stretch out and pull away. Fat Pickles then still leading. But for how much longer? That Toyota is getting ever so much closer to Fat Pickles. All over the back end of him. Looking for the overtake round turn 1. Gets it through turn 2. Oh, pushing Fat Pickles wide there. LFC fan really ought to give that position back. I know you're leading the race, mate, and it's probably... you know, but that could be a call for Stewart's inquiry here. Hirokram in the meantime is trying to get himself up into 2nd past P1 Don. Boskov looking for a way through here as well. Hirokram goes through. Don shuts the door on him. Everybody harassing LFC fan at the minute. Hirokram then gets himself through to 1st. LFC fan just holding on to 2nd. Boskov and P1 Don having a bit of a door knocking competition. by side. Don will have the toe from LFC Fan in front. He does just slowly pull away. Is he going to make the move on LFC Fan? No, he isn't. Boskov unable to make anything of that one either. Top four then pulled a little bit of a gap. Fat Picklesbro then in 5th after that contact with LFC Fan. Oh, LFC Fan, he's locked it up. He's gone a bit wide himself. That's brought him right into the firing line of Fat Pickles behind him. Maybe just a little bit of karma there. No offence, LFC Fan. But that does release Hirakram. He is now 0.6 of a second up the road from Don in that Hyundai. Say that 0.8 of a second up the road from that Ferrari. Can he get away, Hirakram? Can Don keep him in check? What can Boskov do? He needs to make that move on Don, really. Leading the championship at the minute, but this is not helping if Hirakram's able to gain a few points from him. Again, lost a few in race 1. Hirakram finishing 1st, Boskov ending up 3rd. People care, Crease, alright? People care. I have to show the boys at the back, you know, they want to see themselves on screen as well. It's not just about the top 3. Might be in the F1. That's not how I roll. Dylan then holding 8th. All over the back end of Fat Pickles. 2.1 second penalty he's got to lose. Toby right there with him. Obi-Wan unfortunately losing more time, 4.4 seconds down. Here you go, Crease. So Hirakram holding the lead. Just about a second from Boskov, who has got himself past Don, although Don is not letting him have it easy. Getting that gap to just over a second. On board with Don then, 0.3 of a second back from Boskov himself. Closing up down this start-finish straight. I think Boskov is just outside the slipstream range of Hirakram in front. Don backs off into turn 1. They have closed up a little bit on Hirakram there. Oh, Hirakram, yeah, ran a little bit wide through there, dipped a weird in that sand. Had to correct, that slowed him down. That has brought Boskov and Dylan right back in touch with him. There is LFC Fan in 4th, trying to close back up on the top 3. Hirakram still leading then. Boskov looking to close that gap up, get that position as early as possible. Still reasonably tightly packed together, this bunch. There's gaps between them, don't get me wrong, but not all on the start-finish straight now. Dylan's made up a position. He's actually hunting down Toby into turn 1, trying to drop his penalty as well, though. He can't overtake with that on. Got himself past Mocking Weeks. Not sure whether Mocking Weeks or maybe Mocking Weeks and Fat Pickles maybe having a little bit of a coming together. Both dropped down the pack a little bit. Obi-Wan still rolling in 10th. Made a tiny bit of time up on those two. long way down. Boskov, in the meantime, has closed the gap right up on Hirakram. Goes up the inside there. Hirakram's going to hold the line into the hairpin, though. Can Boskov get a good run out? Again, Hirakram's still got the line through this turn. Boskov's trying to run it side by side through there with him. Not quite worked out. They've pulled a little bit of a gap between themselves and Don. Probably about half a second. Yeah, just 0.5 of a second between Don and Boskov. Still not out of the woods then. There's Boskov from an attack from Don. And LFC fan's not that far back either. Maybe just over a second possibly. Boskov closing up on Hirakram again. All over the rear end of that Hyundai. Oh, weird on the sand there for Boskov. Oh, it's unsettled him a little bit. Not enough to drop him away from Hirakram really though. Still just 0.3 of a second in it. Fastest lap on board with Boskov as well, on 1:25.8 for him. He is harassing Hirakram now. So can he get close enough down this start-finish straight to make a move? Oh, a little bit unsettled on those curves. Just allows Hirakram to pull away a tiny bit again. Closing back up again for Boskov. Hirakram closes the door on him. Nowhere to go for Boskov. Racing softs on for Boskov. He chucks himself up the inside of Hirakram again. Oh, contact. That's allowed Dylan to come through. It's the tiniest bit of a nudge as well. It was just enough to force Hirakram wide. That gives Dylan, Don the lead of the race, not Dylan. Now Hirakram and Boskov, the chase cars. Good to see again Boskov giving the place back. We've just seen that earlier on in the race as well from a couple of drivers. That's what we want. Not like the dailies. Oh, Hirakram exploring those track limits again, kicking up the sand on the way out through that turn. So all closing back up a little bit here then. LFC fan being brought back into this fight. He's less than a second back. Toby is just 1.4 seconds back. We've got Dylan and Manny not far behind either, 6th and 7th. Halfway through then, they've all bunched back up. Mocking Weeks 2.9 seconds down in 8th. Fat Pickles another 1.7 down in 9th. And Obi-Wan closing up on him slowly, 1.1 seconds down. Top 3 then, all close together. Don's not managed to make a break. Hirakram Boskov battle continues behind. Where are we going to see these two try and make a move on Don? Oh, looking for a way through there, Hirakram. He just had to slow down on the way in. Boskov then tries to get one up the inside of Hirakram. Hirakram's still got the inside line into this next turn though. Again, Boskov tries to sneak one up the inside. LFC fan just in the background of this fight. Let's hope they've realised he's coming up on them pretty quickly. Back onto this start-finish straight. Could see a slingshot from the little Toyota here. So it's Ferrari from Hyundai, from McLaren, from Toyota at the minute. Boscov's had to take avoiding action so as not to clatter into the back of Hirakram. That slowed him down a little bit, taking him out of this fight for first for a split second. That's brought him under a bit of threat from LFC fan in the background. Don having to go a little bit defensive into these turns. Hirakram not quite close enough to chuck one up the inside there. Top four now bolted together. So, just over halfway through. Oh, Hirakram looking to run around the outside of Don here. Has it worked? I think it has. Giving each other plenty of room. Hirakram then carries the speed through. Don's just got to be careful he doesn't lose another position here to Boscov. LFC fan trying to squeeze away through into a podium position. Toby and Dylan in the background, not that far off either. Keep battling like this, boys. It's going to be a six-way fight for first. Don then goes for the slingshot past Hirakram. He wants this first position back. Boscov decides he's going to try and help Hirakram out to get past or stay in front. Keeps the door open for him as well. Whoa. Hirakram's run wide. Toby's caught right up, so he has slotted himself. Sorry, Toby. LFC fan slotted himself right up into third. Runs himself wide there though. Right back in this fight for Toby. Don not out of it yet either. And there is. Sorry, have I said Toby again? LFC fan. Toby in fifth, being chased by Dylan. All close back up here then. Hirakram still leads. Right, let me have a look at tyres and fuel and stuff. I think they'll be alright for fuel. Half a tank on board for Hirakram. A little bit of wear on his softs. Same for Boscov. Just under half a tank. Soft tyres, plenty of wear left on those. Super soft on for LFC fan. He's coming back under threat from Don though. Don on the softs. Carrying good speed through there as well, Don. I think he's going to get this third position back here. Does, gets himself back in front of LFC fan. LFC fan on those super softs. Super softs on for Toby as well in the other GR86. Softs on board for Dylan in sixth. Softs on for Manny. Softs on for Motkin. Racing super softs on for Obi. He's got himself past Fat Pickles now. Fat Pickles has come in the pits, taking on a fresh set of super softs. Oh, just come on board with the battle for first. Hirakram and Boscov side by side as they came out the exit of turn one. Oh, Hirakram holds it. Top six then, stacked up. It's Manny in seventh, just behind them. Toby having to go at LFC fan as well for fourth. So Hirakram and Boscov just pulling a little bit of a gap from Don and those other attacking drivers. Boscov then looks to run around the outside of Hirakram, as we saw Hirakram do on Don earlier. Didn't work out this time. Still nothing in it really between the top six. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Can Manny close himself back up on this fight? Make it a seven-way fight for first. Start stretching out again now. Unfortunately, LFC fan, low hitting those podium positions, has now dropped himself back down to sixth. Boscov then all over the back end of Hirakram down this start-finish straight. Carries the speed. Get in front here. He does. Not compromised on the exit as well, so he gets himself through to first cleanly. Now, can Hirakram get him back? Can Hirakram hang on to him? Don just half a second back. Toby got himself through into 4th then. He's got himself past... Oh, there was Dylan following him anyway. Those two have both got themselves past LFC Fan. That is, Manny is ever closing up ever so slightly on LFC Fan. Let's go and have a look at that gap. So 1.7 between LFC Fan and Manny. We'll keep an eye on that. But there is a great big string of GR4s. Boskov then having to go defensive again just in front. Hirakram looking for any kind of line through to get the position back. And they all concertina back up into that final turn. Hirakram now trying to run the outside. It's not worked. Carrying enough speed up there. Don closes back up on this fight though. There is Hirakram. Does get tight to run through the exit of that turn. Comes through to retake first. Good move again by Hirakram. Oh, is that Don next to him? Yes, it is. Don slots himself through, but Boskov's going to have the inside line into this next turn. Don has to drop himself back. Under pressure from Toby now, it's all kicking off here. Dylan as well, looking for a way through. Look at this, how these cars clamouring all over the back end of Boskov. He's got to try and keep himself in touch with Hirakram here. He's under all sorts of pressure. 2 Ferraris and a Toyota looking for a way through. Not sure what's happened to... Oh, there's a LFC fan in the background. There's so many cars I couldn't see him. Oh, Boskov. Real tight battle here, getting pushed down the order here, a little bit bumpy from Toby. Oh, Toby up the inside into the final turn, carries the speed through as well. Boskov all the way down to 5th. So yeah, under threat from those 2 Ferraris in front. Lost a bit of time to Hirakram. Unfortunately, that brought those 2 Ferraris back in check with him, and Toby as well. During that chaotic battle, Boskov just got pushed a tiny bit wide. That allowed everyone else to come steaming through, just not carrying enough speed, unfortunately, Boskov. But 6 minutes remaining. You've seen how easy it is to spin the back end of these cars up on this sand. It's under pressure though from LFC Fan. There is Manny right on the back of LFC Fan. Has closed that gap up then. Oh, a little bit of contact between himself and LFC Fan. LFC Fan coming back at him. Just going to have the inside line here, LFC Fan. Can he make it work though? Side by side into this final turn. LFC Fan does come through. He takes 6, but Manny's going to get the toe on him down this start-finish straight. Up front. Hirakram now 1.1 seconds out front from Don. Dylan 0.5 of a second back from him. Toby is a quarter of a second back from him in 4th. Boskov on 5th, unfortunately losing more and more time. 1.3, 1.4 seconds down. So out of the slipstream range, his tyres looking a little worse for wear as well. He's got to be careful he doesn't fall into the clutches of Manny and LFC Fan here as Boskov. They are battling it out, but if they see Boskov in front, they might try and work together. Not long left really to have a go, but may as well give it a go. Mocking Weeks in 8th then. Obi-Wan 9th, just half a second back. Fat Pickles, 46 seconds down. He has pit though, I think he's the only driver that's pit. Hirakram then continues to stretch out a little bit, 1.3 second lead. Two Ferraris of Infinity Decal's team, bumper to bumper here. Now, is Don going to allow third in the championship Dylan to come through? Or Dylan just picking himself up a penalty. That's not going to help his charge out for second. 3 seconds. Jeez. Did he punch a steward in the eye or something? Why did he get 3 seconds? Hirakram then. Couple of laps remaining. He's just got to keep it nice and safe on the black stuff. He's under no direct threat at the minute. He extends another 10th there, 1.5. Whoa, 1.7 seconds. Don still holding second, Dylan still holding third, Toby's still right there with him in fourth. There is Boskov in fifth, 1.3 seconds down. Yeah, he's kept himself way in front of LFC Fan and Manny. These two have been battling it out for position. 6th and 7th. Mockin and Obi neck and neck as well. Looks like the fight's hotting up between these two in these last couple of laps. And then Mockin Weeks all on his own, completely the other end of the circuit from everyone else. There's your race leader, Hirakram. Don, Dylan, Toby still bumper to bumper. Yeah, unfortunately Dylan can't go for the overtake on Don while he's holding that great big penalty, so he's got to lose that before he attacks that for that second place. And while he does that, Hirakram stretches out, 1.7 second lead. Right on the back end of the two Ferraris then, Toby. Going to go for the move right at the end of the race. Super softs have got a fair amount of wear on them, but obviously still plenty of grip to hang on to these boys on their soft tyres. Boskov in 5th then, 1.7 seconds down. LFC Fan in 6th. He's now dropped. Oh man, he's got it wrong somewhere. He's now lost that position to Mockin. Obi's got it wrong somewhere as well, because he's now out of that fight with Mockin. Obi in 9th, Fat Pickles in 10th. Onto this start finish straight again then. Hirakram now 2.1 second lead. Starting the final lap now. So this is where could see a good battle here. Don, Dylan, he's lost a bit more of that penalty, but not enough to still go for a move on Don. He's got to drop it completely. He's got to go mega defensive from Toby. Loses another little bit through there, does Dylan. So yeah, if Toby gets the move done on Dylan has got to drop that penalty before he can go for the move back. He's keeping himself decent position at the minute though. Neck and neck for Don and Dylan. But race leader Hirakram into this final sector. There is the chasing pack behind him. Through that last little chicane then, just the final turn to go. Hirakram is going to take it. What's going to happen here though? Can Toby get the slingshot on Dylan? Hirakram, flash of the lights, a wiggle as he comes across the line as well. Takes first. Don takes second. Dylan loses his penalty. Toby crosses the line in third. Then Dylan comes home in fourth. Boskov 5th. LFC Fan is going to take 6th. Mockin Weeks takes 7th. He does just. Manny takes 8th. Obi-Wan takes 9th. Fat Pickles already crossed the line for 10th position. So Another win on the score sheet for Hirakram. It is Hirakram that's leading the championship, so Boskov's got to try and close those gaps back up. It's Boskov's second, isn't it? And Dylan third, so yeah. Hirakram stretching out his championship lead still. Is it just, I think it's just one more week left next week. 2 more races. We'll see how they get on. Again, could all still be up in the air, really. Boskov did lose a few points in that second race. Coming home in 5th. Losing a few points to the chase on Hirakram. Yes, that's pretty much that. That was round 7 of MRC's GTTCC. Hirakram comfortably in the end, taking the win in race 1 and race 2. Yeah, he was kind of the one to watch. I've seen him in a couple of other lobbies, not racing for GTTCC, but in other race lobbies. He's pretty damn quick. No problem, Mr. Mockin. No problem, Manny. No problem at all. So, yes, that's pretty much going to be it from me. There's a couple of ways you can help my channel out if you want to. buymeacoffee.com/darksmoker. Drop a donation on there. If you actually want something for your money, instead of just giving me cold hard cash, you can get a couple of stickers for £3. Free postage on those. And I've got shirts available too. £22 each plus free sticker and free postage with those. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com or in the chat in this one or on the Facebook page, whatever you need to do, hit me up. But other than that, that's going to be it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.